Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter Tiz. Huge thanks to Tiz and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Tiz reached out asking for help with their Wyleth Soul of Steel deck, and I was more than happy to help them. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Wyleth Soul of Steel is a 3-mana 2/2 legendary human warrior with trample. Additionally, whenever he attacks, we draw a card for each aura and equipment attached to him. The two things all commander decks want to do is ramp and draw cards, so when you have a commander that does one of those things, you're in luck. So we'll want to have auras and equipment in this deck, which means this will be a Voltron deck. Now, Tiz asked that I keep the upgrades reasonable, so I only swapped out a couple of things in this deck, but they were very happy with the results. Now, before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. One of my favorite products Ultimate Guard has is their Xenoskin Sidewinder. The Sidewinder has a soft microfiber lining as well as the rugged Xenoskin shell we've all come to love. While the Sidewinder isn't a new product, they are now available in the limited Bloomborough print, like the Eluge one seen here. Find it if your local game store carries Ultimate Guard products, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming with my son over on Musings by Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Our land base consists of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, City of Brass, Spectator Seating, Sundown Pass, Inspiring Vantage, Clifftop Retreat, Rugged Prairie, Battlefield Forge, Needleverge Pathway, Fury Calm Snarl, Slayer's Stronghold, Roadside Reliquary, Sokenzan Crucible of Defiance, Eiganjo Seat of the Empire, Sunhome Fortress of the Legion, Rogue's Passage, Scavenger Grounds, 8 Mountains, and 8 Plains. Not a bad mana base. Lots of ways to cast our spells, plus some supporting lands. For mana ramp, we're running Arden Intrepid Archaeologist, Danitha Capuchin Paragon, Sol Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Conviction, Boros Signet, Mindstone, Thought Vessel, Pearl Medallion, Sword of Hearthenhome, Sword of the Animist, Plantax, Smothering Tithe, and Sword of Feast and Famine. Gotta love on-theme ramp. Our card advantage package consists of Armored Skyhunter, Esper Sentinel, Pure Steel Paladin, Srom Senior Edificer, Stoneforge Mystic, Stonehewer Giant, Open the Armory, Enlightened Tutor, Mask of Memory, Fighter Class, Sword of Forge and Frontier, and Sun Titan. I wanted a way to get back any of our equipment pieces that may get sniped by spot removal. For interaction and spot removal, we're running Rip Apart, Vandal Blast, Abrade, Boros Charm, Chaos Warp, Generous Gift, Stroke of Midnight, Teferi's Protection, Darksteel Mutation, Sword of Fire and Ice, and Sword of Sinew and Steel. Don't underestimate Sword of Sinew and Steel. You don't have to target an artifact or planeswalker controlled by the person the equipped creature dealt combat damage to. Our board wipes consist of Blasphemous Act, Hour of Revelation, and Vanquish the Horde. With all the spells and effects we have in the game that give our stuff indestructible, they're basically all asymmetrical board wipes. The core of our deck consists of Aurelia the Warleader, Basilisk Collar, Blackblade Reforged, Bloodforged Battle Axe, Champion's Helm, Colossus Hammer, Commander's Plate, Conqueror's Flail, Hammer of Azan, Caldra Complete, Nettle Cyst, Mithril Coat, All That Glitters, Angelic Destiny, Eldrazi Conscription, Gift of Immortality, Mantle of the Ancients, and Spirit Mantle. Supporting our plan, we've also got Heliod Suncrowned, Walking Ballista, Silent Arbiter, Crawl Space, Duelist's Heritage, Kozilek Butcher of Truth, and Ghostly Prison. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 48 mana sources split between 34 lanes and 14 pieces of ramp. A little light, but our curve is pretty low, so it's fine. 13 pieces of card advantage, counting our commander. 11 pieces of interaction. 3 board wipes. 1 piece of graveyard hate in Scavenger Grounds. 1 sudden I win card in Mantle of the Ancients. The nice thing about Mantle of the Ancients is that if a board wipe ever does catch us off guard, and all of our equipment and auras are put into the graveyard, we can just cast this, re-equip everything to our commander, then swing out on the person who hurt us. Player removal is the best removal after all. The main thing I added to this deck was the Swords of X and Y. This meant I had to be careful and not pick any swords that granted protection from white other than Hearth and Home. If Hearth and Home is equipped to our commander, that means we can't attach any of the white enchantments to him either. But since we have multiple pro-red swords, I felt we shouldn't run Embercleave or the Reaver Cleaver for the same reason. But Hearth and Home is good enough to run despite the drawbacks. Allow me to explain. If we have any creature equipped with Sword of Hearth and Home and Aurelia the Warleader on board at the same time, we have infinite combat steps. Our creatures attack, and, after damage is dealt, Sword of Hearth and Home triggers. We fetch out a basic land and flicker a creature we control. The creature we choose to flicker is Aurelia. Now, Aurelia already granted us an additional combat, but that ability only triggers once. By flickering Aurelia, that resets the count. Each time Aurelia is exiled and returned to the battlefield, it counts as a new instance of the card. So when she attacks for the first time, she creates an additional combat step. Every single time. That should win us the game. Do you have a Wyleth Soul of Steel deck? What about a Voltron deck? Who's your commander? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Borgie, Naswin, Conga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, Austin, William Pye, Kazaris, Booksu, Patrick, Travis, Naffy, Noodle, Tiz, Art, Kiki Jiki, Gabriel, and Richard. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.